Let's talk girl power.
Now you're talking. Cheetahs, girl power. Excuse me. Bump this.
Now throw your hands up if you know that you're a star. You better stand up if you know just who you are. Never give up, never stay down. Girl power, better than yeah. You know it. What is girl power? Girl power is a term that came out of the 90s, popularized by the Spice Girls, but coined by the band Bikini Kill during the Riot Girl movement. It means a lot of things for a lot of different people, but at its core is the pursuit of female empowerment. The freedom for young women and girls to be self-reliant, confident, and to express themselves freely. Tired of the patriarchy force-feeding the rhetoric that girls are weak and can't hang with the boys and the constant beratement of women in male-dominated spaces, the term became a way for people to reclaim their power, a way to carve out space for young women and girls to establish community and create art and express their beliefs. Of course, with any movement comes media to shape an entire generation. Case in point, Miss Congeniality, 2000. A rough and tough tomboy has to get a total makeover in order to take detective work to a whole new level. A global pageant show. Mulan, 1998. From clumsy girl with no marriage prospects to a war-trained hero who saves her country and wins the boy, all with her hair tied up in a knot. Legally Blonde, 2001. A ditzy blonde sorority girl who studies and applies for Harvard Law, gets in and squashes the competition who consistently look down on her for liking the color pink. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, 2005. A group of girls bond over being able to fit into the same pair of jeans, fall in and out of love, pursue their careers, and discover the never-ending beauty of sisterhood. And this isn't even including all the shows that we got, from Kim Possible and Witch and Totally Spies, Powerpuff Girls. The list goes on and on. Miss Adasia, why does any of this matter? That's a great question. Why don't we ask the class? Eeyore? To show that girls can do whatever boys can? Close. Tyler, what do you think? That girls have to dress and act like boys to be cool? We'll keep working on that one. Marie, that being feminine and uplifting women isn't actually the end of the world, and that it's when we accept our differences and allow ourselves to explore the wide range of our identities that we actually make the world a better place. Well, bravo, Marie. Girls are not a monolith. Some of us like pink, others like blue. Some of us are crime-fighting cheerleaders, you know, and others prefer the quiet solitude of the library. However you choose to show up as yourself in your most authentic state while encouraging others to do the same is perfectly okay. And anyone who tells you that girls have to exist in one way, that we have to want and dream the same things, is lying to you. They're lying to themselves. In a society that's always coming up with some fad diet or anti-aging serum or Daisy Duck pajamas for profit, having film and television that reflects the natural diversity of girlhood, highlights the endless possibilities for growth, and reaffirms the power that many girls are told they don't possess, is actually what makes the world go round. Don't believe me? It's basic cause and effect. Expose more people to girl power media at a young age, and those same people grow up to be less likely to count girls out of the running for hopscotch and foot racing and mathematics debates, robot competitions, corporate boardrooms, and space. Women have done amazing things in spite of the discrimination and the walls put up to keep them out of the room where it happens. Imagine that, but without the walls keeping them back. Imagine that without a man telling you you can't make the music that you want to. I know. Cheetah Girls segue. Is Cheetah Girls Bible? What makes a girl power film a girl power film? The defining characteristics of a girl power film are A, strong female leads with even stronger female relationships and solidarity between women. B, the fearless pursuit of passion and dreams paired with a hint of self-discovery. C, authentic portrayals of girls and the barriers they face, the mistakes they made, and the lessons learned along the way. D, inspirational and uplifting messaging about doing and being whatever you want to be. E, and this is a little optional, but it's non-negotiable for me, banging soundtracks. Cause the music, it's the music. It's the power in the music. Power in the music. The power in the music. Pause here for my top 3 girlhood soundtrack movies. Power in the music. Power in the music. Let's look at Cheetah Girls as the girl power movie. Starting with the first tier. Female characters and bonds. Our spots are different. In different colors. We make up one big family, but we don't look the same. Bah, 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 bah. Where's Cheetah Sisters? Yeah. We follow the story of 4 different girls, all with unique talents and characteristics that they bring to the group. Galleria, the leader, songwriter, visionary, and backbone of the group. Chanel, the empathetic, fashionable heart of the group. Aqua, the sharp-tongued country girl, part-time comic relief and brains of the group. Dorinda, all-around dancer, underdog, raw talent, and soul of the group. Despite their differences, the girls come together for their shared love of music. Though Galleria and Chanel's long-standing friendship is one of the main focuses of the story, we still witness all the girls eating lunch together, standing near their lockers together, gossiping about boys, and of course performing on stage. Stage is plural. This is a team of girls whose voices blend perfectly. That's not to say it's without its faults. The girl boss. Girls pursuing their dreams, no matter the cost. Girl power films are emboldened in the reality of faltering, meaning girls, like boys, are allowed to make mistakes. To deny that, to only show the perfected individual, is a falsehood that strips girls and women of their authenticity. Mistakes are inevitable. They are what shape us into well-rounded, heartfelt, and successful individuals. How we react to mistakes, how we learn from them, how we grow, that is the heart of girl power media. The pursuit of a real girl for real girls. If music is what brings the girls together, then I guess you can say their commitment to music is what drives them apart. Galleria, the headstrong leader, who has a very particular way she sees them doing music, with her at the helm steering and the other girls following. Coincidentally, her vision conflicts not only with the other girls, but with the ideas of a certain profit-crazed white man with a terrible buzz cut, might I add, so not Cheetah-licious. The other girls seemingly only want to perform on the big stage, a chance to perform on the big stage. And Galleria is getting in the way. So what if they have to lip sync or wear animal masks that don't really connect with them and who they are? This is the dream, to be global, to make music, to make money. And neither of these ideals are inherently wrong until it causes a clash between the girls. Galleria making all of her decisions be at the forefront of every discussion and never consulting with them about what they want, thinking that she knows what's best for the group. Viewed early on in her decision to pull them out of the talent show in favor of working with Jackal Johnson, and boasting with pride to their peers about their possible big music deal. The Cheetahs don't see eye to eye. Their ideas of working as a team dashed in the conflict of clashing personalities. But this is not the end. Chanel finally confronts Galleria after some prodding from Aqua and Dorinda. A big feat for a girl who is used to playing second fiddle and who often avoids conflict altogether. She's kind of the peacemaker of the group. Dorinda is forced to open up about her living situation, being in foster care and having to work after school in order to get by. This is more than just a music deal for her. This could change her life. And Aqua is the first to step up when it counts. Aqua is actually the first one to run to the rescue when Toto is in danger. And Galleria, well, she recognizes where she may have been a bit too harsh. In a really impactful scene, her parents express to her the difference between wanting things her way versus the Cheetah Girls' way. A lesson on listening, on learning, and on letting go when the time is right. And perhaps Galleria's heart was in the right place. But what Galleria packs and passion she lacked in letting go of control. Witnessing this growth and self-discovery for all the girls is what makes the film so honest. It doesn't try to hide behind some facade of having to do everything right and knowing what to say 100% of the time. It shows that apart we can be vulnerable to our own faults, but together we can. And together they do. It took them singing together, coming back together on their own, or at least wanting to pull Toto and themselves out of a rut. They never needed Jackal. They just needed each other and the belief in their dream. They needed to learn what it truly is to be a cheetah girl and to have girl power. Not just to seek success, but to have a strong bond with people who will always have your back. Your family to depend on in time of need, to uplift you when you're feeling down. Girl power is not an idea or a person all on its own, it's a collective. Galleria had lost her friends, her music deal, her dang dog, but in the end it was the cheetahs coming together that saved it all. When she needed them most, they showed up. If not for her, then Toto, who they all love, and the music that they all share, and the bonds that can never be broken. The diversity of girlhood that shows us that being feminine is not synonymous with lacking intellect or being dumb, and that girls can be whatever the heck they want. Like sports, like cheetah spots, like video games and anime, all you want. Girl power has never told girls how to exist in the world, what to like, what to do. It's only ever given a platform to allow for the wide range of possibilities. Clearly, Cheetah Girls is about the love of music and performance. But deeper than that, it's about self-expression. The girls are known for wearing cheetah spots. And each cheetah, despite the spots and the color coordinations, bring their own unique taste and individuality to the collective. Galleria with her long furry trench coats, very showy and extravagant. Aqua with her cowboy boots, belt buckles, and fringe, so country girl. Chanel with her cute mini skirt, signature purple looks, and big hair. And Dorinda loves a good vest, leather, denim, keep the bottoms low-waisted. Each girl brings their own sense of individuality and style, and no one person's uniqueness dims another's light. If anything, it highlights the beauty of the group. To have these girls from different backgrounds all come together because of a shared love, coming together as one world, one heart. Further than fashion though are the hobbies and interests each girl has. No cheetah spots are the same. Aqua is a freaking math genius, which definitely could have been explored more. Dorinda is a fan of hip-hop. Chanel loves to shop, and Galleria eats down with a pen. Girls can be anything. I mean, come on, Barbie has over 200 jobs. If this film has done nothing else, it's shown that we may not always fit into the ideals that people have of us, but what we do with our lives and the people we choose to surround ourselves with are a reflection of us. So what is it that you value? Who do you want by your side, and what kind of person do you want to be? And when you have the answer to that, live in it. Be it. And don't let anyone try to tear you down. You don't tear anyone else down. We all grow when we come together, when we accept one another, flaws and all. And curate the soundtrack of your life. No, literally, make a playlist of songs that make you feel good. Songs that you can dance around your room to and shout out in the car. Music that puts a little extra pep into yourself to take on the world. Lord knows we need it, because I fear we've lost the plot. As you may know, in fact it's probably the reason you clicked on this video, girl power films saw a surge from 1990 to 2010, and after that it sort of just fell off the face of the map. I mean, what have we really gotten since then but half-baked remakes, performative storylines catering more to the male gaze than young girls, and the overtaking of girl power rhetoric by male producers and studios alike as an attempt to sell women on bare minimum romance. With the reversal of Roe v. Wade, which has to do with women's productive rights just a few years ago, this is something I've thought about a lot. Are we reverting back to some old belief of girls' incapabilities? If not, where are the female-led action films that aren't remakes? Where are the fun, lighthearted romances that don't center around some toxic cycle of abuse? And why is Turning Red 2022 the only girl power film I can think of in the past decade that doesn't show a friend of girls who secretly hate one another's guts? Well, I guess you can also say Barbie 2023 happened and is a girl power film on paper, even though I feel like the focus was less on the bonds between the Barbies and more on Barbie's individual journey. Barbie did actively pull the others out of their hypnosis under the Ken's rule. And they do all come together in the end to take down the Ken patriarchy. And in a way, Barbie kind of seeks community in Gloria and Sasha's characters. Okay, tier 2, the girl boss. Barbie questions her identity, what she wants, and the matter of life and death. She quite literally goes on to dismantle a patriarchal system. And in the end, spoiler alert, the movie came out 2 years ago, she decides to leave behind the perfect land of Barbie world for the real world. Her first task, going to the gynecologist. The diversity of girlhood, Barbie cries, something she's never done before, which showcases her imperfections and her capacity for human emotion. Sasha being a total down with the patriarchy, anti-capitalist teenager I've seen on film in a while. And Gloria obviously wants to reconnect with her daughter and heal her own broken childhood. Good in my book. And the soundtrack. I mean, the last song, Billy's What Was I Made For, was platinum in my household. Not to mention the whole montage of women that brought the film together shown in those last couple of minutes. So, music, check. And I suppose the takeaway is about the beauty of womanhood and all of its messiness. For someone as quote-unquote perfect as Barbie to want and desire the imperfections of real womanhood and to want to be human is a moralizing statement. And to challenge the perceptions of how women are perceived in society may be another. Honestly, I think the film had a lot of different things that it wanted to say. Maybe that's my fault with it. It's not that it falls outside the category of girl power media. On paper, it ticks all the boxes. It's just that it felt like it tried to force 10 bite-sized storylines into a 2-hour special, which is to say, it was a mouthful. Especially when the decision to tackle dismantling the patriarchy, questioning one's mortality and humanity, the disconnect between a mother and a daughter, the controlling nature of large corporations, and the expectation for women to stretch themselves thin to do everything deserves more than a 2-hour spectacle. The heart of the story, Barbie plagued by the ideas of death and perfection and mortality, comparing the dreamlike world of Barbie Land to the real world. I got that. In fact, I loved that. What I didn't enjoy was the opposite, the dumbing down of the Kens in the Mattel court, perhaps in a way to show men donning the very subversive, dumb, bumbling blonde personas that have affected women for years. Barbies do everything, but somehow I don't think expressing that, the stress that comes with perfection, has to come at the cost of pretending as if men are just passive fools in a world full of everything doing women. Does that make sense? Like, everyone wants a non-patriarchal, non-capitalistic society, but no one wants to acknowledge the very meticulous and cunning nature of big corporations often ran by men. If that side of Mattel had been showcased, it would have been more effective than seeing Will Ferrell and a gang of suited up men on roller skates. It would have made the fear and intensity of Barbie Land being overthrown for Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House, along with Barbie literally being chased through an endless maze of office desks, feel like a hide and stake, like something to be scared of, instead of the circus merry-go-round that it was. It made it feel as if Barbie's main villain was herself, as if women are the root of their own evils, and the men are just the bumbling vehicles that co-sign. I just didn't walk away from the film satisfied. Even with America's tear-jerking performance, because that whole monologue she had talking about what it is to be a woman and to feel like you have to be this but not too much, and you have to be mother and sister and lifting everybody up and nobody's there for you like that. I wish we would have gotten more of that. I wish we would have gotten more of Gloria's story, more of her, relationship with Sasha, because I loved her monologue. I just didn't feel like in the grand scheme of the film we had enough time to really like sit with it and digest it long enough to question why the heck Mattel is fighting so hard to put Barbie back on ice, or how the Kens so seamlessly in a world full of Barbie presidents and Barbie lawyers and Barbie doctors managed to take over. Ken read one book. Mind you, he didn't even read the book. He flipped to the pages and saw a man on a horse and said, cowboys are in and patriarchy too. Who co-signed this? Oh, right. Mattel. The very corporation in the film that's endorsing the movie because they own Barbie. Of course we can't talk bad about Mattel. They're putting money in our pocket. Was that too much of like a hot take? I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole nother tangent for a whole nother video. We're not gonna get on that right now. I digress. I want to make it clear that I'm not saying that Barbie was the worst film I've ever seen. I'm not even saying I hated it. But in the context of this video talking about girl power, I just feel as if it didn't quite foot the bill. It did, however, for the people who love Barbie, please don't come at me, please, because I did enjoy the movie. It did open up conversations about women in society, women in the workforce, women as mothers and daughters and colleagues, what it means to be a woman and to be free, and if those things can even be synonymous. I think in that way, opening up the dialogue to talk about, feminist ideologies, Greta did a great job. But when I think of girl power media, I'm not thinking of some shove it all in your face intro to women and gender studies course that screams, look at me, I'm woke and feminist. Because in actuality, maybe being a girl is political. In a world where everything is political or politicized, but in media not centered around the male gaze, being a girl is just being a girl, however that looks like for you. And girl power films are just films about girls. And showing that in media, girls just being girls, is pretty radical. Or at least it used to be. And I miss that. Maybe you missed that too. Maybe if they had simply told Gloria's story, growing up loving Barbies only to be taught against it, forced to fit into society's ideals and work in corporate America until finally breaking free from the mold, and the whole idea of being perfect and smiling even when it hurts, maybe then the story would have resonated more with me. Maybe it wouldn't have felt like Barbie propaganda and like a real woman dealing with real issues. Instead, we get Barbie going to the gynecologist, and somehow I'm supposed to find that humorous. I didn't need a crash course in wigs. I live it. I know it. Like Gloria, like many women, that was an unspoken message. So then where are the films for the women who don't need to be told what they have to deal with? The women who call men and larger society out on their bullcrap, who have long denied a handout of struggle love, and who don't want a prince to come save them any more than they want to coddle a kin after some maddening attempt to bring on the patriarchy. What about the girls who just want a simple film that happens to be about girls? Or maybe, and you can let me know your thoughts, girl power media is just changing, and that's the sign of the times, and we have to find some way to keep up. I don't know, but I love my Cheetah Girls, and it's always worth the rewatch.